Chris, thank you very much. It is a privilege, it is an honor to be in this chamber on this day. For a decade now, every year, we set aside time to honor men and women who are our state's best. They're the bravest. And Chris, I want to take a moment and say that how much I appreciate you in a personal way for making this happen, to coordinate it. But back to those individuals that we're here for. They put their lives on the line for us. They they ran into raging fires. They rushed badly injured Texans to medical facilities to save their lives. They take on the most dangerous felons on our streets. These awards, of course, were inspired by actions that occurred, noble sacrifices that were conducted on September the 11th of 2001. As an aside, Senator, your colleague, Brian Birdwell, was involved in that. An extraordinary American, a military officer who was at the Pentagon that day. And I want to take a moment here to appropriately say thank you to one of the finest patriots and public servants that I know, Senator Byrd. Thank you. That was a day that revealed a lot about the enduring human spirit that resides in this country. It was a day that taught us, in the face of unspeakable evil, there are individuals among us with courage, with dedication, to show the world that evil would not prevail. It was a day that reminded us that heroes, true heroes, are everywhere around us. They live in our community. We worship with them. Sometimes they even come home with us and spend the night. They're our mothers, our fathers, our cousins, our colleagues. The truth is, sometimes we don't see them as they are because we live under their safety, their security. But when crisis strikes, whether it's global in nature the way 9/11 was, or something very personal as watching our belongings in our home go up in flames, they step forward and they make their presence known. It's in those moments that they reveal themselves. They bring us life-saving care. They save lives and livelihoods. They also inspire. I've often thought that the enduring legacy of September the 11th of 2001 was not the memory of the shock and the terror of that day. It was the lingering images of our first responders climbing those stairways in the doomed towers, the dedication of their fellow police officers and firefighters who searched desperately for survivors long after hope was extinguished. The terrorists showed us the worst that day. we showed them our best. See, there's an entire generation of first responders that were inspired by their example. They enlisted in the armed forces. They picked up a badge. They volunteered at the local fire department. They're heroes too. They're heroes because they understand the risk involved in those jobs. They know that there's nothing routine about any fire or any traffic stop. But they do their job anyway. They understand the value of what they do, even during those times of peace and prosperity when so many people forget that they're out there. To those of you who are with us today who were injured in pursuit of your duties, you have the eternal gratitude and respect of the state. For many of the families that are here today, the nobility of that spirit is something that you'll never forget. You understand better than anyone the quality of the people who serve as first responders. You feel more than anyone the agony of the loss when a first responder falls in the line of duty. First responders like San Antonio police officer Robert Decker lost his life last December after being shot in a high-speed chase in pursuit of armed bank robbers. Dallas firefighter William Tanksley, he died in February, struck by a vehicle while attempting to help a stranded motorist on an icy road. To all of you who have lost loved ones, I can only imagine your pain. I pray that you take comfort from knowing that your loved one's life was certainly not lost in vain, and that their spirit lives on. Their spirit can be found in the heart of every young man, every young woman who commits to follow in their footsteps as an EMT, as a firefighter, as a Texas State Trooper. They can be found in every selfless act, every courageous step into danger, every life saved. They can be found in the families of our state, living in the safety that they provided. The Texans that we honor today are the best our state has to offer. For our first responders, honor, courage, dedication are a way of life. They're the people we can always count on in a crisis. And we take great pride in honoring them today. Know that they will never, ever be forgotten. God bless you. May God help you through the healing and through you and through them. May God continue to bless the great state of Texas. Thank you.